What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about something that I've wanted to talk about for a very long time with Hogwarts Legacy, and we've touched upon it in the direct situations that they've occurred, right? When people have, when journalists, not people necessarily, I mean, they could be robots, right? When they go after J.K. Rowling, no matter what you think about her, right? But going after her, all that stuff, going after Hogwarts Legacy as a game, going after our friend Troy Leavitt, right? A developer of the game. Now, again, he kind of quit on his own merit, but he even admitted that obviously the attacks on him helped, speed up the process of him leaving, right? Or I guess retiring technically, right? So we've talked about it for each of those situations, and trust me, whether people like it or not, I'm gonna be continuing that kind of journalism in the way, right? When any of those things happen, I love to talk about those specific things, right? So I'll be absolutely making videos on them, but I want to talk about the overall viewpoint of journalists, right? I don't know exactly when I'm recording this what the title is going to be, but hopefully something along the lines of like, I want, are journalists trying to cancel this game? Will it be canceled because of it? What should we really expect to see basically from this game going forward because of all of this stuff, right? What kind of attacks can we expect to see? I feel like I've gotten very, very good at predicting these kinds of things. I think once you're in the mind, and this is not like a gloating thing, but I think where I'm at, it's very easy to kind of see the playing field ahead of time. And I mean, it's just, it's happened time and time again where you can see these layups coming and then they happen. You know what I mean? So, maybe this makes people mad. That's okay. Obviously, you feel free to let me know any of your thoughts in the comments as this video goes on. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon, all of that stuff. Leave a like would definitely help this video out. And if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, Podcast Now 15, as always, is my Twitter handle. Links in the description below, or you can just look me up over on Twitter, okay? So, again, the thing is, you do have to have, I guess, a sense of knowing that this stuff happens. That journalists go after games, that journalists go after people. I mean, it's happened for games over this past year, not even called Hogwarts Legacy. It's happened for people. We just had the Five Nights at Freddy creator leave because of it as well. And now, are journalists the only people doing it? No. Am I saying this is a journalist exclusive problem? No, you're always going to have people that go after games or have problems with games. And I'm not saying this game is free of all criticism. You should never criticize it. You should never criticize J.K. Rowling. You should never, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? The point is that my biggest point almost in life is have your own opinions. Be your own person. And the thing with these journalists is they're not. I mean, one of the biggest things I think we need to kind of establish early is gaming journalism. I think journalism in general is this as well, but gaming journalism is a hive mind. So what does that mean, right? They all think exactly the same. And if you are not in that group, you will be kicked out, and not just kicked out, but you will be banned kind of from like the industry for life. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen people like call them out and say, we know you do this. Like, this is just how it is. Nobody has personality. That's why people have left going to IGN and going to Kotaku and all that stuff to go on YouTube, because YouTubers, while it's becoming the same thing here as well, where people are just, again, they say the same thing, you can't really distinguish one personality from the other, it is a little bit better. And you do have people, again, this is not gloating, but like, I do think I'm very different. I don't think anybody else really does what I do here. Not saying I'm the best, because I'm absolutely not. I know my editing skills are not even close to being good enough, right? I mean, but like, I'm different. I know that. I know I talk different. I talk very fast and loud, but I mean, I express myself differently than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not putting on a show for you guys. Ask my wife. I talk like this. I talk too loud, too fast, too excited all the time, and she can't stand it, okay? That's just how I am. So I don't put on an act when I go on YouTube. These journalists, they put on acts. They're that kind of person, which is sad. Either way, it's sad, right? They are those people. So, we can keep, dunking on them all day, but the point is, the signs are already there. They literally kicked out Troy Leavitt, okay? I will never, I am one to see the other side of the argument and hear out people's side. You cannot convince me that was not an attack against him, right? They smelt blood, okay? Or they saw, whatever. I don't actually know the saying. They're a shark. They sensed the blood and they went after it. He made videos, and I don't care whether you agree with his videos. I don't care whether you don't agree with his video. It doesn't matter. To be honest with you, I never watched them in my life. I could care less. The point is, don't bring probably, and because it works both ways, right? If you're one way politically, you're the other. It is hypocritical to say, oh, I'm really happy this person acts this way, bring those politics in, but the other side don't bring those politics in, right? That's hypocritical. I would say make a goddamn a Hogwarts Legacy game, make a Harry Potter game, make it good, make it feel like you're in that world. Probably don't bring like real world politics. Like I don't want like wealth distribution classes going on, right? Like stuff like that. I don't want that stuff in the game. Make a good game. Make a good game. And if you want to throw politics, I mean, some games do that. Not necessarily Hogwarts Legacy, and they really shouldn't. But, some games do it. Whatever. Make it balanced however you want to do it, okay? That's where I stand. So, again, like, I've never watched. Well, now I have, like, after all this stuff happened. But back before, Kotaku literally wrote a hit piece on the guy. Back before that, I never even knew who he was. Nobody knew who he was. And probably, and I mean, you look at his channel, I'm not, like, I want to, like, we're interviewing the guy, right? I'm not punching down on him or anything like that, but his channel's not the biggest, and the videos don't get that many views. Nobody really knows about this guy, and that's okay. And he's a great guy, by the way. So, like, you have all that stuff, but people, the gaming journalists, literally took him off the internet. Gaming journalists have gone after J.K. Rowling. Gaming journalists have now entered this state, and here's the point. I know it took a while to get here, but here's the thing. We're at the point now where we are looked at as bad people for supporting the game. With the J.K. Rowling stuff, even with the Troy stuff, one of the biggest things to come out of, you see it in gaming insiders, you see it in gaming journalists, it's don't support the game. Buying the game gives J.K. Rowling money, so you shouldn't support that kind of person, so don't buy the game. And that, you could say, like, well, that's just a statement. But when everybody is saying it, when everybody writes articles on it, it becomes a real danger. Like, during the height of the J.K. Rowling stuff, during the height of the Troy Leavitt stuff, people were worried online. You could see it everywhere online. People that actually care about this game. Because, by the way, the gaming journalists saying this kind of stuff, they don't care at all about the game. Okay? They don't like Harry Potter. They don't like games in general. They're gaming journalists, but they don't like games. They can't play them. They suck at them all. They're bad at that, and they probably want to write real-world politics, but they got stuck in this job, and that's where they're at. Now, is that everybody? No, it's probably like 90 to 95% of them. Okay? That's the truth. That's in my opinion, maybe that's a little exaggerative, right? Maybe it's not actually 90% of them. But there's an overwhelming amount of people. And again, the hive mind talk, we've seen people that have been kicked out of the gaming journalist bubble constantly calling them out, that they're all just a hive mind, okay? I really have no respect for it. I would never do it myself. If they offered me a high-paying job working at Kotaku, I'd turn it down immediately. I really would. Integrity you have to have it in some way, right? But you can see fear in people. I mean, during the height of these things, people would even reach out to me, and of all people, right? And they would say, like, I'm worried about this game. Is the game, like, could the game be canceled for something like this? Now, here's the deal. Do I think they're going to get the game canceled? No. I kind of, like, roll my eyes when people say that, or said that to me back then. I would do the same thing now. The game is, it's like a too big to fail thing, like in a positive way, where it's like, I don't think their attacks on the game would ever make it canceled, right? Could they hurt sales of the game? They could, but honestly, what I would like to believe, and this does happen sometimes, when journalists, whether it be movie journalists or, game journalists, when they go after a game so hard and demand so much that it either be censored or taken down, I mean, there's been multiple times, right, where they've been taken off platforms, certain games, from selling them, saying that the game shouldn't exist in the first place, just generally crying about games. Journalists have cried about Call of Duty games in the past, right? They cry about pretty much everything in their life. But, when that stuff happens, a lot of times, actually quite a bit, more times I would say than not, the game does better than it would, because they're actually giving it publicity that they're saying, oh, don't buy the game, don't support this game, this hurts my feelings. And, the people that listen to them, number one, are not a very big group, and number two, they don't buy games anyway. That's the issue with all this stuff, is their group are losers. They're people that just follow them for clout, or they get points, they get social brownie points, right, on Twitter and stuff like that. These people don't actually buy. I mean, again, is it every single person? No. Are there good people in there? Absolutely. So be careful with what you're going to say to me in the comments, right? I know what I'm saying. I'm not literally saying every single person, okay? I guess I have to make that distinction because I know somebody will call me out. But, like, these are not people that are going to make or break the game. Let's say that, right? You could say, none of them are going to buy the game. I'm sure some people are turned off because of these journalists, and they have done their job in that way. But in reality, it's not a make or break situation. In reality, they're actually going to reach people that maybe never heard about the game and maybe are like, these guys, these IGN people, they're idiots. These Kotaku employees literally wrote a hit piece on this guy. I'm going to support the guy. Oh, what did he make? Hogwarts Legacy? I'll buy the game. There are legitimately people that do that, okay? I know it. I know it for a fact. So, where did this video go? To be honest with you, I don't know. But I would say keep an eye out, because I am sure there's going to be more attacks on J.K. Rowling. Whether, again, I mean, I'm not really the hugest fan of her in the first place. However, she did make Harry Potter, okay, and that definitely counts for something. But I mean, to be honest, I don't care. I don't care about her. She lives her life. If she says something that upsets you, don't go based off of what J.K. Rowling says. It's one of the most, I know that's kind of a tangent, but that was one of the early things that came out about this game. It's like, that's one of the most laughable things of all time. If you're offended because a celebrity said something, don't listen to the celebrity. Most times, celebrities have no say whatsoever. Nobody cares what they say. Yeah, they get the likes on social media, but guess what? When it comes down to it, nobody cares what they say at all, okay? You don't make any decisions based off what they say. They're losing power, and you can see it directly in front of your face. So anyway, no matter where you stand on J.K. Rowling, I don't care. I personally don't care. So I don't care that it's benefiting her. I also don't care if it wouldn't benefit her. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely not going to listen to the IGNs and Kotakus of the world saying, this game is actually kind of dangerous. Like, we don't want to be supporting a game like this. Well, didn't you literally write a hit piece on a developer of the game and he quit? He retired early because of you? Like, didn't you do that? And the answer is yes. All PC Gamer, Kotaku, IGN, insiders, Jeff Grubb did it. All of these people are losers. They're absolute losers, and I have no respect for any of them. Do I respect some of the job, like Jeff Grubb? Is he a great insider? Oh, absolutely. He's top 2 in the world, I'd say, okay? But like that kind of stuff, going after stuff like that, is disgusting. Leave people alone. Nobody cares what you have to say anyway, like any of these people. Nobody goes to Kotaku or IGN for news. But, I could go on this for probably 30 hours, okay, because I talk a lot. But this is going to keep happening. Every time the game is shown, this will happen again. Trust me, and we will cover it each and every time, right? Not like, I'm not going to make a video for every article written, right? But every, wave of attacks on the game, I will cover. But watch, when they show gameplay, next time they show it, there will be people that show up to cancel the game, to quote-unquote cancel the game. And it won't just be random people. It'll literally be high-named gaming insiders. It'll be, news like IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, stuff like that. They'll do it. You'll see it every single time. Will it work? Absolutely not. Will it probably help the game more than will it help the game, even though that's not what they want to do? Absolutely. But that's just something I would keep an eye on. But again, will it be canceled because of them? Absolutely not. I really, there's 0% chance that happens. At the same time, again, they've gotten people fired, they've gotten games removed, they have gotten games canceled, stuff like that. So there are circumstances where this thing can work. But Hogwarts Legacy is literally, again, it's too big. Like all these other examples, they're smaller. Maybe there's more of a reason for it than other. Not that any of the reasons really are valid. Maybe there's more people kind of bagging on it. Maybe it's one person, right? Going after Troy, Lee Avitt, going after the Five Nights at Freddy's creator. Again, I don't care whether if you hate that he supports Trump, great. If you love it, great. You know what I mean? Do you need to dogpile the guy into retiring? No, you probably don't need to do that. But that's one person, and it's an army after that person. An army on a person versus an army on an entire game, and really a brand, right? Harry Potter or the Wizarding World. That's much bigger. That's much more of a bigger deal. It's not gonna be shut down because of that. So hopefully you guys found some value there. Hopefully I didn't upset too many people's feelings. Okay, let me know in the comments. Obviously, don't engage anybody I mentioned, any news sites that I mentioned, none of that stuff. Don't engage all that stuff. Leave them alone, because we're better than them. We're much better than them, and we need to constantly show it. Okay, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon, leave a like. Let me know if you liked this kind of, I love to make these more spicy kinds of videos, and I'll definitely be doing it as time goes on as well. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.